Hey guys, how's it going? So I just had my tea. Oh, my camera's not working. Hang on. Why is my camera not working? Bloody stupid camera. Just need to alter that. Bang, and ta-da! I'm back. Right, so where were we? Right, let's continue. Well, Scholar Monchi is best known for his role as head of the stadium. He is said to be one of the finest majors Charlotte has ever produced. Having seen for myself the ease with which he waved extraordinarily complex, powerful magic techniques, I have no reason to doubt the calm. I'm there. Oh, oops. I didn't add the thingy. Right, okay. My bad. Well, that's given me that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motive and the mystery of life itself, for that good measure. It is funny, I came here with an intention to confess my gratitude only to leave more in debate than before. I've had a feeling of friendship and support will be a great warm to us in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to Athens. Perhaps on the way you could better acquaint yourself with as the scholar suggested, while I share our findings to Graha. Oh yeah, that's right, I was going to change something, wasn't I? Do I need... do I need that? Delivers an attack with potency of 200. That's supposed to be a 300. Delivers attack of 660, 990. This action cannot be assigned to your hotbar. Why not? You can. Does it automatically change? Do have it. Right, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Kill. Right. So where am I going? What's this one? Okay, so I'm going there. Moment. Just gonna do this. Right. Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the stadium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow sirens. As expected, news of the watering skulls has met with such joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership to the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together are determined a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Linzaluma. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the wind is blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Love Brown. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give them a hand, would you, Estinian? Phew! I didn't realize these cracks were so heavy. I shouldn't be complaining though. Vretra and his alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales. So you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape from the form watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on the thin ice, and if in the capability of our official recipients, we would be consulting with foreign powers. Well, you can imagine how that would go. And I shall remain here and do my utmost avoiding ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Mr. Matoya and the other allies. Any luck? With luck, you'll soon have good news of your own to share. The tidings is about to turn. I can feel it. Two limbs in a luma. So many people here. Holy shit. Still the gathering point, eh? Here. Wow. Here comes the chicken. The chicken is running. Run, chicken, chicken. Running, running, running. The running chicken, chicken. Run, chicken, chicken. I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Outer Seer and the Sultana, three of the most powerful women in the world, in one room. Do I need a moment to prepare, or shall I show you to them? Let's get going. Yeah. My apologies for calling you away from Charlene at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honoured and grateful, and personally surprised to be joining with such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion is concluded in person. So we locked into a war of our forces are struggling to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it's only the matter of time before we're overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through design action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is insurers to learn we are all encountered. But might I ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the world skulls and your ability to utilize their political potential to the fullest. During your time in Shaolin, our allies nations have been encouraging on separate fronts with no ends in sight. To make matters worse, it's sure in a doubt of Kobo, Shaolin, Ixo, and Natia have given rise to an increased number of primals as well. But with that, Trump in Iran at hands has given us a cause of hope once more. The time has come for to free ourselves with this menace. And it is you, the Scions of Seven Dawn, who will show us the way to Ranganda. Show us the way to Ranganda. Do you know the way to Ranganda? While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telefalti at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike the enemy's heart in Galmal. These brave few will be in Isbar's conclusion. To think such process has been made in so short of a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people in Garnald. As previously reported, and countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been robbed from their free will as the servants of Telefalti, every one without question. They are two victims. It is our duty to deliver them with their suffering, not for stature or popular gain, but because it's the right thing to do. Bloody oaths is a war. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember we do not also forsake our compassion and morality. For without that, there can be only reconciling, only death without end. On that we are all agree, our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and observed into the capital. Although its purpose remain unclear, there is a reason to believe the smaller spine is mainly a precure of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we failed to make any headway through the cloud. Through some could to be said of the Telephoptes. They certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I wager the spine's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be something by Eurosa analysing of the tower's influences in ethereal currents. Based on her observation inside the Tower of Zot, the spine zip horn ether from the land consumes it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. Here comes the big stuff. To access the ether remains uncounted for, that we can make sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It would surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to a larger spine in the capital. There is a logic in that, regardless, once we have uncovered the truth. We'll bring their schemes crashing down along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assure it was more than handling over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Isband continent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Borgia and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Yes. Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. For honour and glory, for the people in Garlemald. Let's go for the people in Garlemald. Couldn't have put it better myself. Ishalia, Thankford, and Uruguay have already played this war and are on their way to meet the rest of the continents. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Lucky for all involved, the prediction is correct. Once you have delivered your scales to our world, the continent will embark on its journey to Isbard. Raban and Lord Ekio is overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourself known on my pack warm clothes, fur and that like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the temple ends. so much to draw still for us will keep our enemy busy while you're gone. There's not the only one who can raid the division. Now now go, safe in the knowledge of the nausea will be as lifted or better upon your return. Right, let's try some new milk. Hell yeah. You mean? Where I have to go. People. Rabba! It's Rabba! Ah, the Wanderers returned. You have been busy bringing down a tower and reducing the keys to destroy the rest of them. You would be proud. Those watering scales of yours are what made this whole adventure possible. You will, and Lord Almeric is leading the conquest. Incredibly known, our role is to organize the versus deletion into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to the respective place. We dare not to neglect our duties to too long, lest our defence efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, we are a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Isbard continent, and very suggesting that we send out some of our finest troops behind the enemy line to regard aid into the Gallians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though. I do my best. Truth to be told, I'll much rather be at your side, changing into a fray. At last, a battle of our own fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Simply struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Andalusia is in safe hands. As you fight a good fight in Isbard, I and the other comrades will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our course is just. Thank you for both of you. We meet again. Oh, hello, mate. I know you. Words of exploit travels quickly. From what I gather, the protective talismans you have attained lead to the formation of experimental forces. My contribution on the occasion is a mirror one, and being that information I have shared the maximum for the sake of the people. Galamal, may the faith be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange, I thought you'd have us start in. I do. The Telephopses have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But although every note of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My pressure alone will place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused as a murderer of the Emperor of the past and Galamal into chaos, where I too travel with the Isbard continent. It would give my countrymen the cause to question our motives, because certainly those who believe and consider it may instead celebrate the return of the former with jest of attempt to rise me into the position of leader, further disbanding the region and complicating the continent's mission. Whether I am Ran as a villain or hail as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. We will deliver your people from harm in your stead. Fair point. Oops. Although the titles and deeds are common knowledge, only the select few who recognize you on sight alone. Perhaps one day they will learn that The warrior of light is not a demon to be feared, but a man deserving of your trust. The light of Galaxy's brother community. I instead will assume the role of your guide. Although I may have defeated the reason my love of Garmal endures, I will stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Also, might I ask you to escort our friends inside? You might even bump into the old acquaintance too, and if I don't see you again your departure, may the Fury guide and protect you, all of you. Let's put that thing. Right, let's get this going. Ooh, a gift. 82 now. The other members of the Isbard continent are gathered in Royal Palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. Yep, let's go inside and let's sort this shit out.
By the 12.
Whoa.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
There's a lot of people there.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Luca! It's been a hot minute.
Lucia!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention. Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must. I am Arun Senna,
spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughingstock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship.
Damn right.
So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Hey.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
Yeah!
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us.
That was awesome. Good comeback.
And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Lord Emanolaine? Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
What the fudge? Oh my god, that's funny. May the grace Pranter lead the way of victory. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands between certain. Yeah, I know.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Onohua with my tales of daring-do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Yeah. These guys.
Woohoo!
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake, though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people.
Yep.
No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all.
Most definitely.
Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Doma. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlund Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect.
Oh yeah.
But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed.
Well, yes, we will.
Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Besides, jeez, almost lost my voice. Wow. Besides the delete gate, assembling here, Aljuna and the several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physicality, many would struggle simply to survive the harsh climate of Sparta. They would also likely to brew tempered targets for the abandon of the Tamakas. Right. All things considered, you can better aid and cause the Bosland our defences in Orzia. Although there are areas to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffer very on mark. We must, despite the wildering scales to our comrades, care to do the honours. Watering scales for Isgard's dilation. Take it. Many thanks. These testaments may prove to be the deciding factor in the battle to come. I made myself confident by the fury of into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to inflate his guard, only to throw a lot of those secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I chose by Lord Elric. He would have me put my excessive knowledge and former types to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Isgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. That the set withering skulls I spy, not that I would know what they look like. Wow, look at these. Even a ladyman like me could tell you're bruising with ether. All in the better the fed off tempered waves. Is that the right term? Anyways, these give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Galway. Only one way to find out, and the nerves are or not. I march through all 7 hours if I give my chance to put Xenos back into the grave where he belongs. I hear you've got something for us. Ah, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, aren't they? Reckoning they'll be worth a guild or two when this is all over. But we'll hold into them for now. And one more thing, I know what you're all thinking. Why didn't you send User instead? Bugger if I know. All the Emerald and the Captain told me was they needed some to help safeguard the future, and here I am. Can't say I haven't got the sense of humour. Of course, some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land in the middle of the sodden snow of all places, while me and my crew do whatever needs to be doing. So let us set sail, or whatever you say goes on the issues. Yes. So these are the framed roaring scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. Under normal circumstances, I would not be allowed to travel outside of the 12's will. The Evil's sister, however, has granted a special permission. She has bid me lead my magics to the people of Garlemald, which learning all I can of their ways, in so doing I will come closer to understand myself and my place in the world, or so she says. I say it is past time the Allies benefit from the power of the Sealer's disposal, which tells me that we hide our lights under the bushel, and I intend to address that circumstances. Right, one more to do. We heard it would be cold in Galmo, so we came prepared. Oh, talismans. We are to keep these close at all times, yes. I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Ah, and before I forget, I have a message from Plain. In distant land, in times of strife, together we stand, together we fight, the darkness shines, the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice, Dogma, like such orthodox, has been plagued by the towers, yet while he could not be here, he wishes his express to share the confession. Eden and Shurlai label without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep the enemies at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Allies will repay our efforts by ending the war. Do you have the wandering scales for me too? No, not today, mate. Thank you for this, and for going to such credible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer to return, I would impact some advice, if I may. You have been told by many of the wearers that the cold is, but I cannot stress enough that this is not token warning. I will be displaying specially made women tracksuits, consistory of the chemist's guide, but I understand that they are not suitable for proper protection. I believe that provision of said protection to your destination. Now let us proceed to the Allegheny headquarters. While you make your final preparations, I'll be the pilot, ready for airship. Alright. I am ready. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You don't need to worry about Eurograd, Orange, and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Eastern calm is calm to be quite warm and toasty beneath their armour, and since he spends a far bit of time north generally as well, I have no reason to doubt this word. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock, and the rest of you could do likewise. I support Briven. You're not overly concerned with the style. Not to put this fine a point on it, but I would be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats if only I had time to find something to make liking. Hark, is that the cry of the scions? In need of a tailor, I hear? Yes, Tatsu! But how? Mwah. I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. I love Rin. I love Tatsu. She's so cool. Oh, that's funny. You thought you could sneak off to Isban without telling me? Ha, nothing escapes my notice. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Aww. How you will wear these garments I have made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion, rather. The pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, now can I expect others to wear my creation if I never wear them myself? Fair enough. That's true. That's a good point. I did have one thing to share. Galamont and Bowles has finally returned from their assessment in the faraway lands. They have been staying at the Rising Stone for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Orzia. Since they have been running things back in the headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Shallow. Oh, why not? You can keep Carly company in the Breslin. Yes, we'll love to have you there. And I heard Garlamos and did a fine job at carrying on our stead while we were lying comatose with them in charge of the Rising Stone. We've nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in the position to transport your souls into other worlds. If anything similar distress were to happen, I will be positioned to do something about it. Anyways, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I will make my way to Charlie. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm and Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you other than pray for your safe return, which I will every day. Oh, so sweet. Let's not keep continents waiting any longer. Here's your right winter woolly handcraft by your trulies. But I'm not gonna wear it. Right, yeah. Let's go to see what are we up to. I'm told the airship polites have been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is. Alright, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? I warned it. It's an honor to finally meet you. We of the Garlemald Ironworks Guardian Ironworks will be ferrying you to your conference across the mountains into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something to be a homecoming or illusions. Find what only those most noticeable imperial victors. For the reason the company commits the success of this expedition, our resources are at the disposal, and if there is naught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you are ready to depart, I will ready the engines. Becoming on board, several cutscenes will play and it is recommended that you set aside time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. In addition, you will require to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved in certain points in the event that you are defeated. You will be able to try again. Please note, if you enter the battle isolated with other quests or logouts from the game, this progress will be lost. Cool, I will just leave it there. I'm going to take a drink and go to the toilet tour, and I shall be back. Okay, one moment there, mate. Righty ho. Let's get cracking, eh? Right. Here we go. Lift the cloud. Okay, maybe not.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
Several members of the 1st?
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most.
Okay.
I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial supply deposit,
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Stoller always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Assuming there is nothing else to wish to confirm, we may commence the mission as soon as you're ready.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
so they just stop.
Seven hells.
So do I have to attack him? What's this? So you've got a guard dog, huh? No use of hiding. You'll soon sniff me out. Lucky I've come to you.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Right, so put you to sleep.
Must be losing my touch. Seven hells.
My bad, didn't mean to do that.
Must be losing my touch.
Not like this.
My bad. I didn't really want to fight them all, and I was just like, I was seeing if I could try and run away, but that didn't work. So I'll try this again. Blah 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 blah. No, I don't want to go very easy. Jesus, it's not that freaking hard. Just do you need to be sneaky. Skip the cutscene, because don't need to watch it again. Try this again. Whoops. So, what was it? Yeah, place those. And when I get over to there,
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
so theoretically, time to heat tech it there.
Damn, spot.
So this part's pretty easy.
Damn it, spotted. Spotted. Damn, spotted.
God damn it.
Spotted. This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Playing terrible this time.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
So if I do sleep on her. That didn't work. Hey, how are you supposed to do that? Are you supposed to destroy it or something? Wait, that ain't much time. Think. So what am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. I know that for a fact. This should be fucking easy. Let's try this again. So, swift depression renders the finger invisible to increase movement speed. While active, enemy soldiers immediately outnumbered. If they are within close proximity, however, it has no effect on guard dogs. They see the smell. Moreover, this action can only be used outside combat. An unveiled attempting to deactivate magic. Okay. Yeah, so that's for the Dargol. Bombs will not have any effect on Megatech soldiers, so take care and choose the right tool. Okay, I see what I've done wrong. Okay, now I understand.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Right, done. Now we just need to do this. Go to this one. Wait. Wait till he turns around. So far, this is better.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Right, that. Before I run out of time. This. Probably hide. Can I do this? I can. Oh shit, that's right. I still have to dump that thing there. So... that might be Solid. Bomb.
Must be losing my touch.
Yeah, I did it. Woohoo! Kaboom!
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
We're here. moment later, supply cabin.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
What's this?
Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
The savior of Ishtar is here!
but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Can't we put our backs into it? I've been eaten. ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front, turn the tide.
Meanwhile, on the front line,
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
That's Vergilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Hey, I was busy, okay? Oh, hell yeah. Me.
There's no stopping us now. Come on. Let's show them what we're made of.
Bloody oats, mate.
We have them now! Forward!
I'm just like being a tank here, mate. You know? I'm just a tank here.
Right! Let them have it!
I didn't know it was gonna destroy me just like that. What the hell? Oh, man. Bloody hell. I did not expect that instant kill. I was like, what? Right, let's try this again.
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
Lola. Right. That was wicked.
A worthy adversary. Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
Sadu Hatun!
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
All good, mate. All good. Thanks to me.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Very interesting. Right. I am going to take another break, and I shall be back. See you guys soon. Right. I thought I'd decide to make the coffee as well, you know. Right, I'm back. Radio. I tune this. In spirit of the obstacles we have faced, our plan progresses in pace. Just a little further and we will reach the capital itself. Still, we must get ahead of ourselves as soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose. Why is it raining when it's supposed to be snowing? Okay. We are to discuss the course of action with Luca. Would you mind asking Iskola and Grata to join us in this building to southwest of the camp? Alze and I will meet you there. Okay. Battery getting low. No, you're all good. Do that now. Bang. Nice. Wonder. Wonder. Alright. Where's your who? See, this is the thing I don't like. This one here, this trigger doesn't actually work anymore. Where this one does, see look, I hardly do that. But if I go really hard, it doesn't, I'm just hardly touching that and it already does it. This here is broken. That's right. The other one that is not broken, so that's good. Ah, meeting. Yes, I've made my way over once. My head is clear. The truth, I've been falling out of sorts since we have arrived. The air is thick and a prickle aura of mysticism. It's the monster's tower on the horizon, jagged, unholy, even at the distance at present. It's overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the tower of Xenos, only far more terrifying. The Hethier flows inconsiderately towards it, converging into a swelling mass of unformidable power. For the blessing, the consultually chill in the air is helping the arc my sense in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. Damn, you there. Holy shit. Damn. Oops, I went the wrong way. You will be pleased to know most of the Tampered have been quarantined inside the nearby building and have received treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt or commoning civilian home. Our opponents may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it, considering the length of time that has clearly passed since no one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of any having been stolen. It's possibly that everyone's fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left too far many useful passions behind. Although there is no conclusion evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempted. Sorry, I was merely thinking out loud. You mentioned a meeting. I will make my way there now. Thank you for informing the others of the meeting. When everyone is here, we will begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers on their ministrations. Of course, I will require a porxia of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telothroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
Possible.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
If there is any survivors, we will surely find them. Extensive travel is something of the understatement. But I suppose if there's nothing else that needs doing, ice fields, I love ice fields. Oh, I can't wait. No, I don't. That's more sensible.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Alright. Go. Oops. God be good. If it was cold for Tarsu's closing, I dare to think how I would feel without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. It makes me realize too that while the people in Garlemald had spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they have had hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. What? Oh, chance. Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like you rather a tool. Since you asked, we're scouting the Alban Rhyme for survivors. What? Wander around the ice fields. Oh. The off chance you'll find someone. You'll take forever to finish the job without a benefit of excuses. More significantly, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may, well, humour him. I spy with my little telescope. A massive sleepy sheep thing, or maybe it's a cow. No, not what we're after. Either way, yes, that is an ether current. Oh no. Just a wind spike. Other than that, it's all snow. But oh, what do I see over here? Young hillock. There's no mistake. It's that a gill. Survivor, show me. Over there behind that tree. And it looks like she's running away from something. Though surely not us. She wouldn't even know where he, unless she has a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetchy one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow the footprints. I'll let Lusa know where we're heading. Oh, and take these warming tin trinkets with you. The poor girl must be chilled to a bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? Oh no, I'm fine. As the man of Shalom, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those who are in need. Now go and Godspeed. like the ice things now. They look really cool. These footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. We're getting close, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she was gone inside the building, but the door hasn't looked to have been open in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it also is possible that she ran right past the place. Would you mind searching up ahead? No issues. The girl in the green dress obnoxiously surveying her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might distract wild beasts to your location. It will be safer to get closer first, but you must do without drawing her attention. Follow the girl at a safe distance. This objective will end failure if you have been noticed. Make sure you cover as such rocks to approach her without being seen. Solitary object. You should fall. Damn it. God damn it. I didn't expect her to stop like that. Nope, start again. Oh, thank you, mate. Phew. Still in one piece. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed full of explosives. Don't take another step. I'll blow this place high sky. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alfino. This is my sister Alize. And your good friend Lee. We have no intentions to hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people in Garlemald. Aid? You savages. You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise. One of the other reasons we came was we found out what happened here. In fact, the Talatukis are the ones to blame. They are the ones who lay waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They are the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their trolls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are starving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who haven't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the telephone's inference? Are you one of the others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be overwhelming you. Let's just have introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name is Linsa. As for now, I managed to stay insane. I've been asking myself the same question ever since the night that that terrible roar, and then the stream. I was streaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came silence, and everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought maybe the fighting has stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I was one that day. I ran past my friends, people I knew all my life, eyes vanished dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers that couldn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs could take me. Do you have family here? Is this your home? No, this is spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers, or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosions, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone safe, and I didn't know if you were. The truth is, the truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help, can you? Of course. Whatever the assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'll better tell the others first though. Wait here. This is everyone. Lucy says you can be trusted, but these desperate times would be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with any means of heat in this place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my fire gathering skills to work. Could you prove the spark with a little magic, Alize? We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under the gas bow. The what? Oh, you mean the barrier? Yes, do as you will. Ooh, new gear. Well, I think let's do the quest. Sorry, I was still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I was hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, there are a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? I can't treat their frostbite, of their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? The numbness is beginning to subside, although I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a revengeance. Warming tinkling. I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard naught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what happened. It's nothing but ruins now. A few buildings still stand off of no more than a meaner protection from the wind, snow, food production, water purified, the mechanic that subs us has come to a grinding halt. That mechana that remain optional cannot be run for lack of chrysalim. Of course, certain something is full of the stuff for all the goods it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extinction or refinery. All is well, yes, never better. Oh, what sweet liberation is this? Is this poison by any chance? Ha ha ha. I was joking. Oh, a joke. Ha 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 ha. If I'm laugh, it's that I may not sweep. So said the Pope, and at last my tears would freeze on my cheeks. Thou fell. We are blessed, damned, to bear witness to full the great empire, while the brethren lying dead or living as puppets of flesh. First comes war, then comes roar. When morning comes, Galmor was no more. In that classify, the gunfire, explosions and screams was our beloved capital grazed to the ground. From the rubble rose the devilish relevance. Remember English fairy cake in the ashes as they sniff mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offer perhaps to the director of the destruction. I hope a few tides to reason with Dretch, only to be beaten with their kindness. But I know better than to plead with the whore. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. What do you want? A Trugny? May as well drink it, I suppose. Thus, it's a radio. You don't have them where you come from? I take it we use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There is different types, but this model is by far the most popular, made by quality compounds crafted with the finest ore, sourced from locus amals, that is. Not all useful since the capital fell into ruins. The people that had broadcast stations must either fled or ended up like all the others, because all we have been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon. And oddly to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ungrosthial homeland of Zolok, Loftus. We may have found the Empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. It's a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that the Empire vast yet lived, and that he speaks to us through our radio. It was cunning strategy, faking his murder. This must foresee his catastrophe and chosen to forgoes himself that may one day make his triumphant return. Yes, I'm sure of it. The Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. What's that? So this is what gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. You are part of a group saying in Leiterum. I saw Ligurus Frigora troops head towards the Manga Glacier a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it. The Verdglau and her men are all there now. So, how did you reach the Mega Glaciers? Did you cross the mountains on foot? An airship? Then there might be a way to Lunka. There is someone? Is everyone? Sorry, where is everyone? Something's the matter. A voice from inside, you say. You might be imagining things. Everyone out here. Perhaps a baby umps has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaring closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat the Lagrist, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There is a small group of trappers living there. People those jobs was to extract Cothrilium. They still do, but from what we can tell, I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they are not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go to Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough Chrysilium to last us a few, as strong enough to travel to your camp. If you offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supply, but there might be another way to pay the trappers. Thank you so much. The two trapper dens. To reach trapper dens, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick, though, to support a person's weight. But if you rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Find the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean? I stand outside like a sore thumb. Huh? If you blue-blooded over the victor's spoils, haven't given away our location, you'll never have found us. Those ducked-up assholes thought they could come wise in their demand of Therium with nothing to offer in return. Huh. Looks like the boots are on the other foot now. The capital's gone to shit. So they'll resort to sending you to negotiate. I know your game. Sell sword. If you think you'll give the entertainment, then you've got another thing coming. There you are. Just after you left, Lizard asked me to go and catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've got a little experience in transporting barrels of gasoline. So this is Trapper's Den. Well then, after you. Who are you? What happened to the guards? I killed them. Eorzean and the rebels are here to save the people of Garlemald? What doesn't make any goddamn sense? Why in the hells would you pass up a chance to those imperial bastards to those swords? Let me guess, none of you are Guardian. You were brought here from another land. Garlem, Yezra, Jorza, Damaska, to name a few. Some dragged here against their will, others fled bollocks about a better life. All put to work extracting calcium, all given the sense and title of Alan, place us firmly on the bottom of the ruck of that ladder. But the old Panctules means nothing to the new Guardian, says we, about the only thing that escapes more or less unscathed is the Kalalian eagles still substanding us. This, even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you export enduring Alexoma from the bottom of the lake. That's how you can do that if it's frozen all over. Huh. Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secret, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if Custurium is used for much these days, but with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And although it helps starve off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your comrades we've got Cusirium by the bumful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever professions they were willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we manage to get back to our homeland, there'll be nothing left for us thanks to the Empire and the knowledge of skills we acquire. Working here would be partially useless outside the Gallimore. So we stay for the time being, long as there is a need for Crusterium, then find a way to get by, even with Gallimore, as we knew it has gone for good. Gone for good. Regardless of what the Isbrag continent does for the people of Gardamal, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, most would be causing a celebration, while the others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the incorrect commitments in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is considered to history. But what if the ordinary people, their lives, their stories, should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'd be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see Box gets some security. Right, I think it is time to end it. Thank you for joining my stream. I hope you have a nice day, a nice night, or a nice morning, and I shall see you tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully you have a good time. Catch you guys later. Bye.